I thought the frames, the frames. Hello my beautiful babes, what is up? It's Brandi. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here, and if you are new, welcome. For today's video, I am beyond thrilled to show you guys this look that I created here, obviously inspired by season 4 of Stranger Things, aka Hellfire. I created this look months ago, and to finally show you guys is literally a dream come true. So yeah, if you guys want to know how I create this look, then you should definitely keep on watching. First things first is going in with some face paint. I'm going to be grabbing my Mehron face and body palette. This is their 30 count. I'm also going to be using their brushes. Oh, I opened it very easily, but I hit the camera lips. I'm going to begin by taking this beautiful Beach Berry Red, using their AQ820 brush, making sure not to use too much water because I don't want any streaking. If it happens, it happens though. I'm just going to do the best I can. Putting this all over my face, doing light, even strokes. By the way, it's literally 8:16 at night. I was supposed to film earlier, but I was too busy baking some Halloween brownies for the little family get-together that we got going on tomorrow, and I finished editing around 12. By the time I was baking, I was like, oh, it won't take me that long. It took me that long. I'm not gonna do my lips because they're just gonna be covered with some black lipstick, although if you want you could use paint, but I prefer some lipstick. Chrissy, wake up. If you don't think I'm going to sing that at least once during this video, you are out of your mind. I just got that song out of my head not that long ago, and now it's going to be stuck there for a little while. I swear I look crazier and crazier all the time, but I will say the paint looks pretty darn good. It looks a little bit messy on my chest, but as long as the face looks nice, that's all I really care about. That's it for the paint, so I'm going to go in with some setting powder and place this all over my face. Starting off with the Conspiracy palette and taking Flaming Hot. This is basically the same color as the paint, so with this I'm going to place this all over my lid because my eyes are definitely patchy. And I don't want that. Then just lightly flicking this into the inner part of my brow so the new color of my skin can blend in with the brow. I even took the brush around just to fill in those little patchy areas. They are looking so much better than they were before. I'm going to go into my Blood Sugar palette and begin with Fresh Meat. Lightly stamping this where I would contour my nose and then buffing it out. Using this to contour the rest of my face, making sure I blend it within the hairline as well. Placing this within my crease and then ever so slightly winging it out. I just whacked myself. That's amazing. As I was trying to say, taking my Cremated palette, lightly tapping into Hearse, a little bit into Fresh Meat, lightly placing that where I just contoured. The goal is to slowly build up the shades. You don't want to start all harsh. I'm still very flat and one-dimensional even though I added some contour. I don't know if this is going to work, but I am willing to try. I'm going to go into the Conspiracy palette and take my Pills and a little bit of Death Blow, then just lightly tapping that where I normally would conceal. Hopefully it'll brighten it up. I am so happy. I can't believe this actually worked. You can already see the difference between this side and this one. I want to blend this area just a little bit more, so I'm going to go into Flaming Hot on this fluffy brush and just lightly go over the edges. I lost my makeup brush. I'm like, I know I had it. It is here somewhere. I want the eyes to be a little bit darker, so again, taking a little bit of Hearse and Flaming Hot, putting that within my crease, slightly winging it out, and just going back and forth between those two shades until I am satisfied with the color. And I'm not. As you can see, I already started to deepen up this brow because I want this to be as black as possible, mainly keeping it darkest at the tail like normal, and then lightly fading it into the front. The fall weather is here, and my lips have been feeling so chapped lately. It feels so good to just have some lip balm on. Now it's time for some graphic eyeliner. I think I'm going to be rotating between these two. This one is from ColourPop and this one is from Dragun Beauty. I'm going to start off with the Dragun Beauty because I know that it's almost done. And I'm going to start by doing a very teeny tiny line above my waterline. Since I really want my eyes to look very snatched, I'm gonna do a little fox eye. Just making a little point in the inner corners. As you can see, I got a little jump start on this side because I was listening to some good music and I just didn't want to stop. I just wanted to jam. Now just doing a little cat wing. Since I have hooded eyes, I'm going to look straight ahead into my mirror, go all the way to my little fold, do a line straight down, then from the corner of my eye, lightly dragging it out, and then connecting that triangle. For the lid, I'm going to do the exact same thing from the tippy top of the line in my fold, and slowly drag it down. I'm going to take some black liner and put that in my tight line, and then go back to fixing this wing because I can't tell if it's perfect or not. Next up is the flames, and I'm going to use my ColourPop for this because I tried the other liners and this is the only thing that can actually work. So if you guys don't have this bad boy, you should definitely pick it up. There is no right or wrong way to do flames, but I personally want to start with the flame curving inward. I'm probably going to speed this up because I feel like flames are basically self-explanatory. But since I have hooded eyes, I'm going to make sure that I go above my hood so you'll be able to see the design. I posted a snap earlier this morning of Jasper and Peanut playing together and I'm like, oh, playful mornings. My sister just responded and she said, oh my goodness, Peanut, he looks like he ate 2 Jaspers. Because he's just so fat and plump. Oh my gosh, I love her. That is so freaking funny. I thought the flames were going to be difficult, but now I think that the most difficult thing about this is definitely going to be the chains. Where's my rough draft? Okay. I'm going to start off fairly easy and begin with the tail. So just going to make really small circles going down from the wing. And if I need to, I'll go back and make it brighter. Deeper, not brighter. You know, more pigmented. That's what I'm trying to say here. It's like 10 o'clock at night. Excuse me. Alexa, stop. She's having a mind of her own tonight. If you're doing this at home, I can't really say how many circles you should have. It really all depends on your face shape and how big or small your circles are going to be. I personally like the way this is looking. I might extend this down just a hair, but for now, I'm going to leave it. Starting off with another circle right next to the outside chain. Slowly bringing it down and curving it until it goes to the corner of my eye. I wish I had an actual chain, but I don't feel like investing in a really good one because my skin is sensitive, so I can't just like buy a cheap one. But regardless, I think this is gonna come out really darn cute. I kind of messed up a little bit over here. I'm hoping this side will come out looking better. So I'm going to do another little chain from the center of the wing, basically bringing that chain down to the other one and then slowly bringing it back up to my lash line. And if you want to, you could add a cross. I personally did. My nose is starting to run. No! Before I forget, I'm going to go into the Bloodlust palette and take the shade, you know what? I don't want to go into this palette. The Thirsty palette is what I was looking for. Unfortunately, this is no longer sold, but any like gold shadow will work. I think I'm gonna take this one called Lick and place that right in the inner corner. I feel like Lick is just a little bit too dark. I'm gonna take the shade right before that, which is Filthy Rich. It's a lot brighter. You can definitely see the difference. It looks very rough right now. Don't worry, I'm going to fix it up with some blending as well as going back in with some liquid liner, but for now, she's Gucci. Now I'm gonna go into the Bloodlust palette and take, I think, Candy Floss and use this to highlight the brow bone. Just a little. Using the same brush, I'm just going to flip it over and grab Blood Sugar, lightly patting that onto the lid. By the way, I'm so sorry if I'm not that talkative today. I just don't really have anything new to talk about. Oh, you know what? That is a big lie. So last night, my friends and I went to this Halloween house at the mall. And basically what it is, it's a whole bunch of little sets that are replicated to represent like a movie. For instance, they had Nightmare Before Christmas, some Beetlejuice, like a witch's brew, a hotel area, some things that were just really creepy and spooky, and others that were really just inspired by TV shows and movies. One of them was Stranger Things. The room was so cool. It had the lights, the alphabet of Joyce's living room. It was iconic. My favorite room out of all of them, the second one hands down, was Nightmare Before Christmas. They had Jack, Sally, and a little Zero. So adorable. They even have one for Christmas, and if we all decide to go again, we're thinking about like really going out, dressing up in costumes and things like that. But that's of course if we all decide to do it. Remember when I said we were done with the paint? I kind of fibbed because I forgot all about the neck. But before I go in with the paint, I'm just going to take some eyeliner and just sketch out the wording and how like spaced out I want it to be. And what's so hard is I gotta spell this backwards so you guys can actually read it. Let's see. Hell. That's too much. Okay, I'll figure it out. The H is kind of hidden. It just looks like it says L. Well, that's awesome. It took me a couple of tries, but I finally got it in the center. This is as good as it's going to get. I just went in with some wet red paint and just like smudged it all the way down. I only did it twice, so I used the side that I used before and then I flipped it over on the other side. I didn't want the eyeliner product actually within the paint, so that's why I flipped it. Now it's time to fill this bad boy in, and I'm going to go into the black and use their 815. Almost done with the look, you guys. I'm just going to grab their 810 brush and lightly do, I don't know what you want to call it. It's not lightning. They're not squiggles either, but cracks. I guess you could say cracks is the best way to describe it. So just putting them anywhere random, starting off with one line and then lightly flicking it towards the end. And I just want to lightly connect it to the E. You don't have to, but that's just something that I personally want to do. And I'm just going to put these randomly throughout my neck and chest, I should say, because I don't want to have a bare chest. Also, before I forget, I did where was I? My chest, yes. I went into the Conspiracy palette and the Blood Sugar, mixed fresh meat, my rides here, and a little bit of Flaming Hot, and just use that to just give the little, what are these called again? Collarbones some dimension. Wow, why can't I remember what they're called? They're so simple. This is the second time I've done this. Wow. All right. All right, guys, this is the final look. Oh, I can't. I just, with every look that I've done, I just feel so proud of myself. This is the one I'm most proud of, and I'm doing my best not to cry because I cannot afford to let this paint come dripping down my face. Not at all. But yeah, I am just so proud of myself. I can't believe I did this. I know I probably sound like a broken record with every past couple of videos I've been saying that, but it's so freaking true. It really is. I did lower the lighting just a little bit because when it was too bright, I was just like, it was just so much red and you couldn't really see the dimension within my face. So if the lighting's different, don't worry, it is. Let me go over the small little details that I finished while I was off camera. Starting off with lashes, I am wearing the Ardell Eye Opening Effect in B Curl. These little props, they are so stinking cute. These earrings I got off of Shein. The little horns I believe I got from Target. They were about $5. And then these bad boys I made. I just put it on a piece of paper and then I glued it to literally the back of a cereal box. I colored it in with some Sharpie, did some eyeshadow to help blend it out. If you want to recreate this look, I highly recommend getting some clips and then just hot gluing them. That's not what I did though. I have like 20,000 bobby pins in them and it took me a while to even get it this good, especially because they were like turning inward. It was a hot mess, but I finally figured it out. And then for my lips, I started off with my JSC lip, I almost said lip job liner, no. It's the JSC Velour lip liner in the shade Weirdo, and then I topped that off with the Dragun Beauty DragunGlass. This is in the shade, I can't even see. Oh my goodness. It is called Blackmail. I had to really look at that. Wow, even if I had glasses, I still would have had trouble. Also for highlight, I went in with my Revlon SkinLights Prismatic highlighter in the shade 202 Twilight Gleam. I even added a little bit on top of the brow just so it can like fade nicely into the face. I just personally like doing that. Do you have to? Absolutely not. It's whatever you want to do. But it's just a beautiful gold highlight and it's just it is stunning. Last but not least, I added a whole bunch of these cracks. I made them thicker in some areas to give it some dimension. I did it all over. This isn't what I had in mind, but I'm so happy that I did because the chest would have looked a little bit odd if I didn't. I made Hellfire a little bit thicker, and yeah, you guys, that is it for today's look. This is the end of the Halloween. Oh my gosh, here we go again. Getting emotional. This is the final look for the Halloween series. This year, I feel so accomplished and I've never been prouder of the work I've put out here to you guys on my channel. And in general, I've really worked my hardest. Shut up, phone. I really worked my hardest. I try to improve every day, every year as much as possible, and this year I really see the growth, and again, I just feel so darn proud of myself. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, as well as hitting the notification bell. All the products that I mentioned today will be linked down below in the description box, as well as my full Halloween playlist, so you guys can have a million ideas for when you want to dress up. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye guys.